for help, but it didn't go so well.
And we have the 2 Grand Slam at 7:25 on 97.1 The Tickets.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. The radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by National Benefit Plans. The field for baseball's divisional series round of the playoffs is now set after the Tampa Bay Rays down the Oakland A's 5-1 in last night's American League wildcard game in Oakland. Next up for the Rays, the Houston Astros, the team with the best record in all of baseball. That best-of-5 series begins tomorrow afternoon in Houston. At the Big Ten's Media Day yesterday in Chicago, California's Fair Pay for Play law, which will allow college athletes to be paid beginning in 2023 for the use of their names and faces on merchandising, was the talk of coaches and conference officials, including Big Ten Commissioner Jim Delaney, who says that despite what's happened in California, the issue still has yet to be decided.
There are cases in litigation. There is action in state legislatures. Ultimately, there may be a federal solution. But my view is you can differ with somebody and still have tremendous respect for them. And I certainly do for our students. And glad we have them and glad they can take the opportunity of a world-class education while playing at a very high level in the college game.
2 more states, Indiana and Nevada, reportedly set to introduce Fair Pay for Play legislation next week, bringing to 10 a number of states that will be debating the passage of that law in the coming months. A pair of NFC West teams will battle tonight on Thursday Night Football, as the Los Angeles Rams will square off against the Seattle Seahawks. Kickoffs at 8:20. That game is on AM 1270. Meanwhile, officials at Nielsen confirming in a release yesterday, television ratings for the first 4 weeks of the NFL season are up 5% from the numbers posted in 2018. Not surprisingly, that jump is led by NBC's Sunday Night Football, whose ratings are up 6% from last year, the best one-year increase for that package of games since 2016. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
And the Lions effect. Let's not forget the Lions effect. Whenever the Lions show 10 ratings, usually go up 5 or 6%.
Sure.
National influence the Lions have.
I'll go with that, sure.
What are the Sunday night games that I'm trying to think? They've been
Dallas, New Orleans, which really got great ratings.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. New England, I'm sorry, not New England, Green Bay, Chicago, which also did pretty well, surprisingly for me.
Yeah, well, I got a huge one. That was a Thursday night. I mean, they give the Sunday Night Football gets credit for that.
Yes,
Cleveland Rams on Monday night or Sunday?
Monday nighter. And then the first
No, that was Sunday night. That was Sunday night. Yeah. And
you're
the
right.
Patriots and the Steelers. Yeah, so it's going to do well. Yep. All right, 7:03. It's time for news with Heather. What's going on, Heather?
Well, a 79-year-old Battle Creek man is the 4th person to die of the mosquito-borne virus, Triple E. Scary stuff, you guys.
It is scary stuff. It sounds like a wrestler.
I guess that's what they're calling it. Before I was just saying E. But it's Triple E.
Eastern equine encephalitis.
Yeah, so this man, he went to the hospital early in September after he was sick from what he thought was just the flu.
Yeah.
But it quickly turned even worse, and he was diagnosed with this Triple E. And now his daughter is just kind of telling everyone, hey, make sure you take the right precautions if you're going to be outside, especially in the evening when the mosquitoes are more prevalent. Make sure you're wearing long sleeve shirts. Make sure you're wearing the right type of spray. They say you should wear the type of spray that has DEET in it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Something like just walking your dog, get that long sleeves on or spray.
Yes, they say actually don't go outside if you can avoid it during times where mosquitoes are even higher, which is
Not now, because the weather's starting to change now, so we're getting colder, so
Thank
the
goodness.
mosquitoes are starting to die
will
off.
go away.
Yes.
But when the weather warms up and then it's like at evening hours they're out,
right.
yeah, scary. So yesterday a Dallas jury sentenced Amber Geiger. She is the woman who was found guilty of murdering her neighbor to 10 years in prison. And the sentence was met with some unhappiness and boos by this crowd that had gathered outside the courtroom. But inside the courtroom, the victim's younger brother actually told the woman that he forgave her and that he loved her as he would any other human being. And he even asked the judge if he could give her a hug. And that's exactly what went down. So he did. He gave her a nice
hug.
embrace. Yes.
And a person than I.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that a great moment in
Great moment of humanity.
Great moment
There's
of
no doubt
humanity.
about it. But the bad moment of humanity to me is the amount of the sentence. Because if she's on good behavior, which I would imagine she would be, she's out in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
To me, murder means no more than 5 years.
Well,
I know the sentence is 10.
I agree with you in general, but at the same time, you know, I sometimes, in these cases, we only know the headlines of the case, which is woman enters apartment, not hers, shoots person, kills person, ex-cop, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there might be more to
You
it
nailed it.
that we're not aware of.
Maybe.
You know? But yeah, 10 years seems extraordinarily light when it comes to
Without a doubt, sure.
But it's also not a premeditated act, we don't think. We think it was accidental. It doesn't change the fact that she did it. But if she had plotted to kill this person and hire other people to do it, and you know, then she would be getting a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's viewed as somewhat accidental, I think, isn't it?
I guess.
Yeah, I think they were also during the
Deliberations.
no, I mean during the actual trial, they were trying to prove that she had racist text messages on her phone, that
Yeah.
she had sent some racist messages. So they were trying to show that maybe she already, didn't like this guy because of his race.
And so therefore may have been premeditated.
Or may have been a hate.
Take it as you will, but yeah. Antonio Brown decided to turn to the internet for some help with his English paper, and
At Central Michigan.
at CMU, and it definitely didn't go the way he had hoped. Instead of getting help, he was actually mocked and trolled for several grammatical errors that he had in his tweet. So this is his tweet. My English paper due by tonight, 12 a.m. Need a proofreader. Make sure A's and B's. But due was also spelled D-O, not due, like due date.
Yes. And the prof. Right? He said he needs to be
He said
prof.
prof,
Yeah.
proofreader.
Yeah.
Professor to read it.
Well, we could have.
Perhaps, yeah, exactly. So a lot of people just called him out and was like, here, I proofread your tweet, and of course it's got all the red marks on it where you need to change this and add an apostrophe and whatever.
If I'm like running the Central Michigan University correspondence course, isn't that cheating?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You got a proofreader. I mean, you
proofreader.
can give your, like, hey, can you read this for me? Does it sound
That's
right? I mean, a lot of
true.
people do that. They bounce ideas off each other,
But
but
you don't ask for help on a paper for millions of people who follow you.
exactly.
Why not? Maybe it's the new cool, the new hotness.
Yeah, but that is kind of cheating, though, asking for help.
He's not asking for help. He is
He
asking
didn't
for
ask
help.
somebody to write his paper.
Right. No.
Hey, somebody write my paper for me. But I don't think the proofreading is bad. I think it's great to have somebody to, give you some ideas and maybe say, hey, I wouldn't say it like this, or you spelled this wrong. But it's just the way that he went about doing it that people are like,
Is it wrong of me to
Might need
wonder
a lot
how
more
he
help.
stayed eligible during his time at Central Michigan?
No, but
I'm just kidding. I mean, you would think a guy who was in college would know how to spell do when he was at Central
maybe he's doing
Michigan.
voice to text.
Oh, possibility.
Yeah.
maybe, no.
Yeah,
I'm sure he knows how to spell do.
I would hope so. What about proof?
I would hope so as well.
Yeah.
But
Spell
that's
the text
questionable.
usually wouldn't
Yeah.
correct it that way.
No. All right, so things just keep getting better and better for this homeless viral opera singer. Talked about her yesterday. Well, she just scored a major record deal. And it's all because this police officer posted a video of this woman singing opera at the subway station. She's very good. She is very, very, very good.
Yeah.
And like I said yesterday, she plays the violin. Dang it.
Violin.
Violin.
Yes, you have it right. You said it correctly.
Violin.
Maybe because your wife has a marvelous voice, maybe she should go to a subway and just started singing, and she would get a record deal.
But she would
Maybe she
need
should be
it.
homeless.
Yeah, she needs a sad story to go along
Yes.
with.
Well,
And
sad to
that's what's.
him.
Oh well,
That's
that's
pretty
true.
damn sad.
That's a good point.
Pretty true.
It just shows that people are incredibly generous, and unless they're asked to be generous, at which point they're not generous.
They want to be generous on their own time when they want to be generous. They don't want anyone asking them for money. They just want to be able to give it to whoever they want, whenever they want.
Right.
These people have really helped this woman out.
No, it's like you know, in November, people will vote on like millages to help their schools or their parks or their libraries. Like, hell no, I'm not doing that. But to support a homeless opera singer in Los Angeles, sign me up.
Sure, we'll raise
It's crazy.
$80,000. Let's do it. Yep, I know.
Good for her.
Yep. So, a guy in Memphis really didn't want his wife to find out about a really big secret he was hiding. So he ended up lying about being carjacked, and it didn't work out for him very well because now the whole world knows his secret. So this guy in Memphis, he reported a carjacking on Monday, but when cops actually started to, run his license plate and explore what happened, they found that his car was actually towed, and it was towed a few hours before this guy reported it stolen. And it turns out that he decided to create this lie so that his wife wouldn't find out that he was having an affair. It was towed while he was with his mistress.
Yes.
And now he's been charged with filing a false police report, and the whole world knows his secret.
Well, that's similar to, what was the guy's name? Mark Stanford, who's a politician, who I think is now running for president. But he,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
he said he went hiking on the Appalachian Trail for like 4 days, and it's like, we couldn't reach you. Your wife couldn't reach you. Very strange. He's like, oh, I just went for a hike, and it turned out he was having an affair. I think in like South America or something like that. But
He's from where, like North Carolina or something?
North or South Carolina, yes. And now he's running for president, so good luck to him. Yeah.
So Will Smith just created a limited edition clothing line inspired by The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, it's available now
Okay.
through October 14th, and it's a whole collection of athleisure wear.
Athleisure.
Yes,
Okay.
so there's 26 pieces, a whole bunch of different things. You can get a gym bag kit that has a ton of stuff. It has your gym bag, a track jacket, a t-shirt, socks, a basketball for $200. So that's pricey, but you can also get an air freshener for $6 if you're looking to,
Ooh.
not spend a ton of money. There's also a tie-dye throwback t-shirt, hoodies, socks, shorts, hats, and a reversible track jacket that has that paisley pattern like his jacket used to have on the show.
So it's all stuff that he wore
Yes,
or
it's all like
inspired by stuff that
throwback
he
stuff.
wore. in
Yes,
Fresh Prince.
exactly. Yeah, so you can get it now on his website.
Is that style back?
Kind of, I
It
mean,
is.
I would wear the Bel Air athletic t-shirt
sure, I think some of it is back.
with a hoodie.
I see sometimes, I don't know what grade these kids are in, high school that are
Yeah.
wearing some of that, like, throwback kind of, like, track jacket stuff.
Mhm.
For sure, I think it's kind of cool.
Will Smith staying relevant because he hasn't made a huge movie in a while, has he?
No.
I mean, he was like the biggest box office star maybe like with the last decade, but I feel like lately we don't hear much from Will Smith
No, you hear more about his children and his
children.
relationship, his marriage, but
Yes,
not
yes.
about his acting.
because his wife has a big podcast. Is she like a big
I
podcaster?
think so.
Yeah.
But I don't listen.
I don't either, but I've heard that it's like kind of a pretty
And she
influential
does some
podcast.
shows, like, with her daughter.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Willow.
Yes.
Willow Smith. All right, Heather, thank you. Coming up at 7:25, it is time for the 2 Grand Slam. Your chance to win $2,000. But right now, it's your chance to save thousands of dollars, and that comes this Saturday at Michigan Hair Restoration Customer Appreciation Day, Patient Appreciation Day. It's going to take place this Saturday, 9 to noon in Sterling Heights, where your guy, our guy, Dr. B, Dr. Berkowitz, is offering his groundbreaking hair restoration procedure for up to 50% off. Yes, this is your chance to save thousands of dollars on a life-changing procedure that you've probably been thinking about for years but haven't pulled the trigger on. Well, pull the trigger on this Saturday from 9 till noon in Sterling Heights. Dr. Berkowitz is also giving away up to $100,000 in complimentary cosmetic services like Botox, facial fillers, and cool sculpting. Sylvia will be their nurse practitioner giving out demonstrations and live injections. So this is a big day for Dr. B, and you should be out there as well. Patient Appreciation Day. Make your reservations now at 844-WANT-HAIR. That's 844-WANT-HAIR. Reservations are limited, so call now, 844-WANT-HAIR, for an opportunity you can't afford to miss.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you
to you by Bigby Coffee, 696 westbound at DeQuinder. The two right lanes are blocked by an accident. There is a backup right around Shaner. 75 southbound at Connect. A wreck is blocking the left shoulder. There's also an accident 94 westbound exit to Caju, and another wreck slowing you down 94 eastbound near Little Mac. It's the Bigby season for drinks. Head into a locally owned and operated Bigby Coffee location near you and try Bigby's signature fall drinks. Pumpkin spice latte, caramel apple cider, or the cheesecake latte. Stop into your nearest Bigby Coffee shop today. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Your teams, your life, your sports station. 97.1 Ticket.
If your furnace sounds like a screeching pterodactyl, or keys tumbling in a dryer, don't hesitate. Call the experts at Flame Heating and Cooling. Go online now to flamefurnace.com or call 888-234-2340.
Hey, get this. I'm getting free delivery on my groceries this month.
Free? How are you doing that?
Just by using code HOMEFREE on the Walmart grocery app.
That's for all your groceries? What about fresh fruit for your kids' lunches?
Free delivery.
Veggies for weeknight dinner?
A free delivery.
And that dinner party you're hosting?
Free delivery. Sorry.
Use code HOMEFREE to get free delivery all month. Walmart. Save money, live better. $50 minimum offer expires October 31st.
Nope, nuh-uh. We're not doing that yet. There's still plenty of fall left to enjoy. In fact, here in Ontario, Canada, it's one of the best times of the year. Colorful leaves everywhere you look, great fall festivals, glamping under the stars, that's glamorous camping. Incredible foodie flavors and wine excursions that are perfect for a weekend getaway. We've got the best fall has to offer, but don't take too long, because pretty soon... Okay, enough. Plan your fall weekend in Ontario at fallinontario.com.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Switch to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support. It's time to take your business beyond. Right now, get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and autopay. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that can keep your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and autopay. Offerings 11/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited update out. Tired of wearing the same 5 shirts every week? We can help. Stitch Fix is a personal styling service that matches you with your own stylist and delivers clothes right to your door. So you take the hassle out of shopping and find new styles that leave you feeling great. With Stitch Fix, you'll get access to great looks ranging from refined to rugged to fit your physique and your budget. Discover the stylist and styles that work for you at StitchFix.com. Personal styling for men, women, and kids. StitchFix.com. Personal styling for everybody. Are you concerned about outliving your money? How would you like to have guaranteed growth and a lifetime income you could never outlive? Join Joe Uplicker for the Save Money and Income radio show on The Ticket Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m. Got something to say? Text 971 The Ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Volvo Cars of Farmington Hills. Home in the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com.
Michigan hosts Iowa at the Big House. Kickoff Saturday at noon on 97.1 The Ticket or radio.com.
Diaz with the ball well hit to right field. Laureano back. He looks up and that one is gone. Yandy Diaz opens the top of the first with a solo home run.
The Rays win the wild card game in the American League, defeating the A's. 5-1 Rays over the A's. That was Yandy Diaz with a home run. He had two home runs for Yandy Diaz, by the way. He becomes the first position player, Jamie, in history to have a home run after having no hits after July. He got hurt in July. Came back, played a few games last week just to get ready. Lo and behold, 2 home runs. Former Tiger Avi Garcia with a bomb as well. So it'll be the Rays and the Astros for the American League Championship.
No, they'll be
The ALDS.
Yeah, it'll be the ALDS.
Right,
They still have to deal with the
Yankees are the Twins.
Yes. Okay, the NLDSs starts today. The Braves hosting the Cardinals at 5 o'clock. The Dodgers hosting the Nats at 8:37. And then tomorrow it's a baseball smorgasbord. 4 games starting at 2 o'clock. All day.
That's a question. I mean, it's not a little bit picky, but it's not that big of a deal because I'm so used to it. Why is baseball the only sport that does the champagne after like a round of the playoffs? Did you see the Patriots, winning their first playoff game? Champagne in the locker room and all that. I assume it's just because it's tradition. Is the only word I can think of it.
Yeah.
What are you saying if the Lions win the NFC North this year?
I mean, it'd be great. Yeah, sure.
There's not a chance in hell that would happen.
There's no way. There's no
Patricia
way.
would punch out every single player who popped a bottle of champagne.
Even in football, do you ever see like champagne in the locker room?
I don't even see that for the Super Bowl.
That's what I mean. Never.
NBA, yes.
Stanley Cup, yes.
Stanley Cup, yes.
Football, no.
Yeah, no, I mean, the 1 year, theoretically, you could have, when all is said and done, you could have...
You clinch a playoff spot.
You could have 6 champagne celebrations. You could clinch a playoff spot. You could clinch a division. Because remember, the Tigers had a champagne celebration in 06 when they clinched a playoff spot in Kansas City.
Right, but I was thinking of clinching division, clinching a playoff spot, winning the wild card game.
Oh, yeah. I guess you can't clinch a division and win the wild card.
Right. So you clinch a playoff, you win the wild card game, you win the
division,
DS, win the CS 5. I guess what they call it.
Yeah, you get a 5 champagne celebration.
I just think it's carried over from when we basically had 4 playoff teams, and it was a tremendous accomplishment to be one of those 4 out of 26 or whatever it was at the time.
No problem.
Yeah, you'd clinch a playoff spot, and then you would clinch a pennant, and then you'd win the World Series. It does seem, but you're right. I don't know. I mean, the wild card does seem a bit extreme to me. What about the fact that I remember when you asked Gardenhire when we talked to him about the Twins 163. The Twins had a champagne celebration that night.
Right.
Because that technically meant they had made the playoffs, because that wasn't a playoff game. The next night, they were in New York playing the Yankees. The next night. I mean, that was the biggest foregone conclusion. I don't know what the money was on that game, but it's like, take the Yankees. They were playing a team that had finished a game 12 hours earlier and was having a champagne celebration. It was crazy.
I may be an idiot here. I think that series this year, the Twins and Yankees, is a toss-up. I don't think the Yankees have the pitching to. Then the Twins can hit.
I'd like to see the over/under at home. I like to do the over/under. The over/under at home runs in that series.
Yeah, but
you don't know how many games it's going to go. That's the thing.
It'll probably end up being, I don't know. Whenever you think it's going to be a certain way. I remember when they played the All-Star game at Boston at Fenway Park, and they're going to be 96 home runs hit. And I don't think there was any home runs hit. So, but you're right. I mean, they're the two greatest home run hitting teams in the history of the sport.
Right.
Something like that.
Especially since they're starting in, the Yankee Stadium where it's a launching pad.
That's right.
That new stadium. I mean, the old Yankee Stadium still down the lines was always easy, but this place is absurd.
Yeah, it definitely is. But it should be pretty good. I'm not sure there's any real obvious rooting interest for Detroit fans. I mean, obviously there's people out there who have their teams. There are Dodger fans who listen to us, and there are Twins fans who listen to us. But there's no, I don't know, maybe it's just the nature of Major League Baseball, but I don't feel like there's any sort of, I'd love to see the so-and-sos win, or I'd hate, yes, people will root against the Yankees. Yeah. I totally understand that. But other than that, I don't know that there's any team out there that really inspires love and or hate. And I'm sure there's some fans out there that'll root for Verlander.
Yeah.
And Scherzer.
Braves or Twins, I kind of like to a certain extent. Because especially the Twins, they're underdogs, I think.
Right. But the Braves, I mean.
Yeah, but this Braves team, you don't know. They're all the best players are like young kids,
Oh yeah, no, I understand that, but I probably couldn't name for you 4 Braves. I could name 4 Braves. I don't know if I could go beyond the 4 Braves.
I'm free with you. I'm with you.
Shane Green, Acuna, Freddie Freeman. Yeah, there it is, and Javi Lopez. All right, it is time once again to try to give away $2,000 in the $2 Grand Slam.
It's the Jamie and Stoney $2 Grand Slam. Your chance to win $2,000 in 60 seconds. Brought to you by Genesis Credit Union.
This one's hard. I'll be honest with you. This one's difficult. Heather got them all wrong.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't, surprisingly.
Which one did you get correct?
I got about 3 correct.
Okay. I'm looking at number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I definitely got right.
You got that one right?
I did get number 4 right.
248-539-9797 is the telephone number. People try to call early to play the 2 Grand Slam. That's not allowed.
No.
In fact, if you try to call early to play the 2 Grand Slam, you're not only not eligible to play, but we take away your cell phone service for a year. It's really kind of a drag.
You're right.
Wait until 7:25 to call in.
This is difficult. I got 6 and 10 wrong. 6 I knew, but it just took me too long to do it. So I asked them by the time I got back.
Yeah, 6 is not going to be at the tip of the tongue.
No,
That's
10.
for sure.
Of course, I would never have gotten 10.
Here's my prediction of the answer. Whoever it is gets number 6. Pass.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. Pain. All right, $25 for each correct answer. If the contestant gets all 10 right, they will win $2,000. We put 60 seconds on the clock, and I'll give you the rules because our contestant will know the rules. We not tell you if you get an answer right or wrong. We simply move on to the next question, and if you're not sure, pass. Let's go to Canton, Michigan, and talk to Drew on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, Drew.
How's it going?
Good. How are you, Drew?
Not bad.
Are you nervous?
Kind of nervous.
Yeah, it's okay.
Have you played before?
Never played.
All right. Well, you know the rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay, $25 for each correct answer. We are going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Stoney, would you care to set the bar?
Yeah, I'm going to set the bar at 6.
6. Okay. And that's what Stoney got. He got 6.
I got 8.
Oh, I think you said 6 and 10. Oh, you got 6 and 10 wrong. Stoney got 8. All right, here we go, Drew. The clock will start when I start asking the first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's the capital of Iowa?
Des Moines.
Who does Michigan play on Saturday?
Iowa.
Where did Patrick Mahomes play in college? What is the first name of Heather's husband?
Scott.
He played Andy in The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Steve Carell.
Who was the last running back to win the Heisman Trophy?
Pat.
Who was the host of ABC's World News Tonight?
Muir.
Jerry Jeudy is a wide receiver for this college.
Pat.
Who's the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings?
Wolf.
This rapper had the 1997 hit Hypnotized.
Tupac.
Tupac, we give him credit for the answer. Unfortunately, it's incorrect.
You won $100 by my math.
That was hard, huh?
That was tough.
Yeah, it was definitely tough.
Definitely tough.
All right, Drew, hang on the line. We'll give you back to our producer, Paul Serra, and he can tell you how you can pick up your $100 in cold hard cash.
Heather's husband, name is Colin.
Not anymore.
No, I'm going home to Scott's now.
That's right.
From now on, I'm calling him Scott.
Scott the Gator.
I might call him Scotty, too.
Scott the Gator.
How's Scott doing today, Heather?
Pretty well.
Is that his like real name or middle name?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
Patrick Mahomes played at Texas Tech. The last running back to win the Heisman Trophy, Derrick Henry.
That is really hard.
He-
Does he predate, what, Baker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2015.
No, I know. Oh, it's 2015?
I think.
So,
Yeah.
who was before Baker?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. That's what I meant, like, and he predated all the quarterbacks.
Jameis or Mariota. Did Mariota win?
Jameis.
No, Mariota 14, Jameis Winston 13.
Yep, 13
Manziel
Winston.
12.
Okay. Wow.
Keep going.
David.
And Heather's husband is Scott.
Scott Park.
I give him credit. He got David. He got Muir. He didn't know it was David Muir. We gave him that was good. He did not know that Jerry Jeudy plays at Alabama. He was on the Vikings head coach. He had the owner. He had Wolf. Oh no, it's Wilf. He said Wolf.
I think we would have given it to him. We might have given him credit for it.
Yeah, it's Mike Zimmer and Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
The 1997 Hypnotized.
He guessed the wrong dead rapper from that era.
Yeah, that's understandable. You know, the famous battle.
Little nitpicky thing. He did get the David Muir question right, which we thought was very, very hard. Jamie did say was.
I did say was.
And that would have been a little tricky.
He got it.
I did say was, so he's wrong.
Yeah.
It actually was Peter Jennings. Unfortunately, you don't get, he gets it. I'm just glad it didn't come down to $2,000. But once he said Scott, I knew we were home free. $2,000. All right, congratulations to Drew in Canton. He won himself $100 in the 2 Grand Slam. Brought to you each and every Tuesday and Thursday by Genesis Credit Union. Apply for a loan anytime, any place, on any device. Coming up next on 97.1 The Ticket, we will talk about the transfer portal. Has it become the easiest out for college football players? 97.1 The Ticket.
I'm former Detroit Red Wing Chris Osgood. I'm here to tell you about a new fan favorite. It's the bold, stylish Chevy Blazer, an SUV that's always ready for a night out or an upcoming home game. Stay tuned for a chance to win tickets. Brought to you by 97.1 The Ticket and Chevrolet, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. So all hail the Queen of Spice. All hail the Queen and the return of Wendy's Spicy Chicken Nuggets. That's right, bring them back, bring them back. You asked and now they're back, which means you don't have to settle for those knockoffs anymore. These are the real deal. So hurry into Wendy's now. Satisfy your spicy craving with the original spicy nuggets. Bring them back, get a free 6-piece and taste the spice that started it all. When you mobile order through the Wendy's app, we got you. Time only, no purchase required.
CBS Tonight has all new comedy, starting with a new Young Sheldon. I love it. Then, Critics Call the Unicorn, the must-watch comedy of the fall.
When I was young, you would just go to a cake party at somebody's farm. You would meet a girl, and say, "Oh, you're a thing." Did you grow up in a John Cougar Mellencamp song?
A new episode of The Unicorn. After a new mom, Patricia Heaton, Kyle MacLachlan, and Ashley Tisdale star in Carol's second act.
When I tell people my mom became a doctor in her late middle age.
Carol's second act. New tonight. CBS Tonight. There's one new drama dozens of critics have 2 words for. Must watch. Wow. They're calling evil, masterful, and the best thing out there this season.
So, what are we watching?
A new evil. CBS Tonight. Tonight starting at 8 on CBS 62 Detroit. Then stay tuned for first forecast at 11.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like company pages where you can get people excited about working for you. And we give you this toy monkey, which will bang its cymbals when the right resume appears. Okay, there is no monkey.
I said there is no monkey.
But company pages, for sure. See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo to try company pages for free. Terms and conditions apply. There's nothing like meeting face-to-face. And there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere. Your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
Sarcoma. Odds are you've never heard that word before. For the 40 people diagnosed with sarcoma every day, it is a life-changing word. Because sarcoma is cancer. Through awareness, advocacy, and research, the Sarcoma Foundation of America is bringing hope to the families whose lives have been turned upside down by a cancer they had never heard of until diagnosis. Please join us in the fight to find the cure for sarcoma. For more information on the work of the Sarcoma Foundation of America, go to curesarcoma.org.
This is John Greenhut, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-679-0969. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Michael Furrow of National Benefit Plan. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
Saturday night take on the Buckeyes. Connor Hayward will not be part of that because he's in the portal, the transfer portal.
Hopefully he'll get out by then. You don't want to be stuck in the portal for that long, though.
Once you go in the portal, though, you can't really get out.
I know.
There's no mid-season transfers, are there?
No.
I mean, Connor Hayward will announce where he's going next, I would think, sometime in January or December.
You never know. Sometimes you can...
Does it happen mid-season?
Not often, but...
I'm trying to think of an example where it did.
I don't know. Anyway, yes, he has decided to leave Michigan State. And it seems to me there's nothing, evil about it. And more it's plain. He realizes he's not the guy anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, this is the weird part about the Connor Hayward story is that when the season started, and I know there were some Michigan State fans who probably weren't particularly high on Connor Hayward, and I understand that, but when the season started, he was viewed by many as the number one back for Michigan State and a guy who was going to be key to this offense kind of waking up. I remember watching the Big Ten Network when they were in East Lansing, and Howard Griffith was raving about Connor Hayward and talked about how he and Cody White were going to be two of the real weapons of this offense, and it was going to lead Michigan State back to offensive prominence. And now, after a few weeks, it becomes very clear that he's no better than, third or fourth on the depth chart behind, obviously, Elijah Collins and Jefferson, that he's the odd man out. So, he does what the, I guess is the way of college football. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
It happens in college basketball, too.
To other schools. What do you mean it happens in college basketball? Give me an example.
Well, guys transfer all the time.
No, I know, but they transfer because maybe they don't get along with the coach. Like, this is a case of a kid who lost his starting job,
right,
and therefore he transferred. This has happened before more prominently with quarterbacks, whether it was Jalen Hurts,
right,
whether it was Justin Fields, whether it was Hunter Johnson, whether it was Tate Martell. They lose their starting jobs,
correct,
and therefore they bolt elsewhere.
Well, basketball, it's not as high profile, but there's like 300, 400 kids every year that transfer, and a lot of it's because of lack of playing time, or they're not as good as they thought they were. So they go. Most of the time, they're transferring to lesser schools where they'll get more playing time.
Right. See, maybe I'm overreacting to this. I probably am, but this strikes me as you've been demoted, so you quit. And that's what it seems like to me. You've been demoted, so you quit. And it's fresh in my mind because when Florida beat Kentucky, and I brought this up with Evan the other day, when Florida beat Kentucky 3 weeks ago, it was a Saturday night game on ESPN or ESPN2.
Right.
And that was the game where Felipe Franks got hurt. And they were interviewing Dan Mullen after the game with the quarterback who came in. Trask. Okay, I was going to say, his name escapes me. And Mullen made a point to say, look, this is what college football is all about. This is a kid who stuck around. This is a kid who I think is a fifth-year senior who never got a chance to start, and instead of just bolting and going to another school, he honored his commitment, he stayed here, and, he wanted to play. He wanted to be part of the Florida program, and when called upon, he came through in the clutch. And, this is funny because I'm going to kind of reverse fields from where I was a week ago when we talked about the Houston redshirt case, because I don't like this. I don't like this trend where it's like, you've lost your starting job, so what do? You leave. No, I mean, that's, when you get these scholarships, you come to the school to play for the school.
Correct.
And you make a commitment to the team, to the coach, to the school, etc. And just because you are deemed to be not as good, in this case, as Elijah Collins or Darius Jefferson, you bolt. I'm not crazy about this.
Well, that's why there are some people, that's why some people, like when Tom Izzo disagree with Harbaugh's take that they shouldn't have to sit out at all.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you do have the rules that you had before where you have to sit out.
Well, you kind of still do have those rules.
Yeah, but look, Shea Patterson, Rui, he got eligible, right? Pretty much right away.
Yeah, but that was because his school was being put on probation.
No, extenuating circumstances. We still can't figure out why Justin Fields was actually able to go to Ohio State without sitting out.
The NCAA has mysterious ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point. So, I get it. I mean, people always want to try to make the same analogy between athletes and regular students, right? Students transfer all the time.
But they yeah, you're right, Stoney, but
and they're not happy for whatever reason. I mean,
to me, it would be like a student taking an exam and getting a C and saying, I'm not happy with my C, so therefore I'm going to take my talents elsewhere.
Yeah.
As opposed to buckling down and trying to get a B in the next semester.
I totally agree with you, Jamie, in principle, being an old school guy. But I kind of look at it the other way, saying, you know what?
Are we totally reversing positions from where we were last week?
No, not really.
I was in favor of the red shirt at Houston.
No, I don't think
against it.
I don't think you should. I think that's a different story. You red shirt to come back at your same school. I mean,
But at least you're staying committed to the school.
But what's the point of red shirting? Because your team is not doing well? I mean, look, that's a whole thing. I don't want to get in that argument again. But with this, I kind of understand if, these guys are going to college because they want to, most of them, the high-profile guys, because they want to go to the NFL. And if they think that by sitting behind somebody for 4 years is not going to be able for them to, become a professional player, I mean, why would they transfer? I mean, not everybody's Matt Castle did not play at USC. He was a backup all those years, correct?
Yep.
And he ended up playing in the National Football League. That doesn't happen very often. So they're looking out for their down the road future as well. I understand it. It just does suck when you have really good players, like what's his face at Clemson, Kelly Bryant. I mean, in the middle of the season, he realized that Trevor Lawrence is taking over. I mean, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to go to Missouri.
Yeah.
And he's eligible right away.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is like that's the message, and that kind of you're right. I always try to put myself in their position.
Right, that's
not my position, but if let's say that was my kid, and he decided to go to Alabama or Clemson and play quarterback or running back, and then lost his starting job, I want to think that I would say to my kid, stay there, work through it. You never know when that opportunity might come along,
right?
And you're going to be a better player for it, a better person for it, as opposed to just pulling up stakes and going off to the next thing. I don't like the message in that sense, because it's like, again, when the going gets tough, the tough get going off to a different school, off to a different place. It doesn't work that way. You're going to get passed over in a lot of things in your life. You're going to get passed over by women. You're going to get passed over for job opportunities. You're going to get passed over for all sorts of things. And the lessons learned there are important in terms of how you deal with that failure and what the next step is. And just to say, okay, well, I'll go try somewhere else. What happens if it doesn't work out there?
I know.
If you lose your starting job there.
Hypothetically, let's say Connor Hayward wants to, you know what, my dad, God rest his soul, played at Pitt. I want to go and follow his footsteps at Pitt. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, there's better running backs there, it turns out, for next year. He doesn't play there either.
Right.
What's he going to do, go someplace else?
And who's to say that, Elijah Collins, God forbid, doesn't turn his ankle? And that, Ladarius Jefferson doesn't twist his knee, and that they need Connor Hayward. And that goes back to the whole, you sign up for a team, you commit to a team, you want to play for a team. Your team might need you down the stretch. What if both those guys get hurt on Saturday in Columbus, and the game is close down the stretch, and they need a running back?
Maybe you shouldn't allow this to happen during the season.
I thought about that. I thought about, you can't transfer, but
he would maybe walk away and quit,
right? So
he wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, they have another guy in the portal too.
Yeah.
The linebacker, Brandon Boyer Randall. I mean, it's happening all over. I don't think we're ever going to stop it.
248-539-9797. Ticket text is 97136. The transfer portal and fair pay to play is going to lead to college players being traded, ruining the game. I'm not sure we're there quite yet.
No.
If college programs start hiring general managers to go along with the head coaches, then I guess we should be concerned. Kids get recruited to play and be the guy. If the school has a better player come around, they'll go to him without hesitation. Kids have 3 to 4 years of their lives to play. I don't blame them one bit for wanting to go or wanting to use those 3 to 4 years instead of riding the pine.
Right, because that's the only way they can probably get to the NFL.
Yeah. Hayward got demoted because he wasn't able to run the ball effectively, so they essentially blamed him for the running game being bad when they should be blaming the offensive line that sucks. I don't blame him for transferring. What do you do when you get demoted at work or get passed up for a raise? Sometimes you look for a new job. Most of these kids have a limited window or time to play football. They want to make the most of it. I mean, these are all very fair points. I guess there are two ways of looking at it. And I'm not saying that if my kid were in that situation,